It is hard to do with cardinals because you don't want it to just look like, "Oh, here's a blocked in black area around its beak."
Now, let
You
me
don't want
ask
your feathers to look so, you know what I mean?
right, let me ask you this. Do you feel like it's that hard to do because there's so many variations of cardinals out there? Welcome back to Talk Parlor number 13. I'm Adam,
And I'm Jordan.
and we are here to talk about last week's Roll for Art Flash Challenge. And we'll kick that off in our
Recap. Last week, well, technically 2 weeks ago, we had, a little slip up, so we missed out on, official last week's,
wasn't really a slip up.
wasn't really a slip up, yeah, we had
Just, well, to be honest with you guys, we had people getting operated on, surgery, and
mhm,
it was a lot. And then you
yeah,
accompany that with trying to draw, trying to produce something
mhm,
that is worthy of putting on paper
yeah,
when your mind's not in it.
right, and trying to be there for family and
Yeah. So sorry for the break, the pause, but
life happens.
life happens.
Yeah,
And sometimes you just have to take care of family and put everything else on the back burner. Um, I think that's the best way to put it.
yeah, I agree. I
Um,
agree. So we're gonna backtrack a little bit and talk about our, flash challenge that we had 2 weeks ago. We did the Stranger Things theme week. The giveaway for that is TBD, to be determined. But we had to do Vecna with the demo bats and colored pencil and a, Stranger Things theme color palette, and it was pretty awesome.
yeah,
It was a really neat challenge.
Jordan come away with the win.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
So congrats on that. That was what, 2 in a row for you?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Um, Hopefully I can break her winning streak today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Right,
So,
right,
go vote. Figure out which one mine is and just vote for it.
right.
Don't worry about hers. No, I'm just messing around with
Oh, yeah.
it. So yeah, again, apologize for the break, but we'll get back on it.
Yeah, yeah, we're back on it.
We got exciting things coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Big time exciting stuff.
So,
Yeah.
um,
But let's talk about, our cardinals that we had to do.
yeah,
So, for this challenge, we had to do a cardinal in a realistic, style and in graphite pencil, which was awesome.
I think the thing that is most awesome, most or more, I don't know. Anyways, the thing that's most awesome was how effortless the dice roll was.
Yeah, that was nice. It was just one good thing after another.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
no, no crazy toss up, no like, how are we gonna make this work?" Just,
yeah, it was just boom, bird,
"Thank you,
boom.
guys."
Uh, what was next? It was bird, then it was
Graphite
graphite
pencil.
pencil, and
Yeah,
then to top it all
realism. I
off,
was
it
like,
was realism.
"Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa."
so I mean, it was like crazy. Um,
We never get that lucky, which is it's nice to get
we
lucky.
don't.
Yeah.
It's wild. You would think that this wouldn't be overly difficult or
Mhm.
give you any traumatic experiences, but holy cow, it's
Yeah,
been,
it definitely can sometimes.
yeah. But you know what? It was something kind of off topic. I was sitting there the other day going through all of our uh, all of our past
Mhm.
drawings. Man, the level
Yeah.
at which we started to the level that we're at currently,
It's pretty cool.
it's wild. I
It's
mean, you
cool.
can almost sit there and watch it change to the book. It's
Yeah.
almost like watching a flip book, like an
Yeah.
old flip book, which by the way, somebody said we should do
Oh, that
one.
would be neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like watching a flip book and it's just like you can just see the changes in artistic ability,
Mhm.
you know. And that's coming from two people that, you know, already know how to draw or have the talent to draw. But when you can hone in on it week after week after week after week and really just practice, practice, practice,
And see that progress
and you see
progress.
the progress progress throughout a period of time, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really, really wild. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I really have. been cool.
What I really like now is that for the last, really 2 months, it's been like, you win some, I win some, you win some, I win some,
Yeah.
and that's cool. It's really off and on, like, hit or miss, on
And I think, there for a while, it was just all Jordan. I mean, win, 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 win. But it took me, we've discussed it before. Jordan has kind of maintained her artisticness throughout, from high school to now. She's, I wouldn't say consistently drawn, but been pretty,
just here and there.
yeah, here and
Yeah.
there. I haven't done anything in 20 some years. I mean,
Mhm.
so it was like, it took me time to get caught up.
Right, right,
And once I got to that point, it was that's when you started seeing me coming in and, winning here, winning there, you
right.
know.
It's like, "Hey, there's Adam."
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
kind of like a light flip, a light
right.
switch flipped. And
Yeah, definitely.
it just takes time,
Mhm.
and I think that's the biggest thing. So like for the first 6 or 7 weeks, it was like I mean, Jordan, 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 Jordan. And I had people ask me like, so aren't you tired of losing? I'm like,
It's
no,
just
because it's
you could just gotta keep on practicing.
what you do,
Yeah,
and it's fun, so when it's something that you're just doing for fun, doesn't really matter who wins or loses.
exactly. Yeah.
It's building that technique. It's building,
Mhm.
it's using all those little blocks and then finally
Right.
putting them all together. Um, and that's when you started seeing that I was able to win one or two here or there, and then also getting out into different mediums. Because Jordan's not great at all mediums. I'm not great at all mediums, so that give me some advantages here
Right.
and there.
Yeah.
Especially because there's been some mediums that neither one of us have ever used,
Mhm.
so we're really on the same playing
Yeah.
ground at that point.
Yeah.
So, um,
And some things just click better for others, you know what I
they
mean?
do.
With the alcohol markers, you and the alcohol markers and using the color, man, you clicked with that. You jive with that. The color with the alcohol markers for me, I really, really struggle with. So yeah, some things you just jive with,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that natural ability of I know how to make this work, and then it's like, whoa, I need to learn how to make this work. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah, and so it's been very fun. We're approaching on the end of the year,
Mhm.
and we've been doing this since what? Gosh, I don't even remember what our first one was. Do you?
Um,
Is it August,
I think
September?
August, maybe I think August.
Okay, so we're
We
we're gonna
we've
s-
been going 4 months, I think.
okay, so
Yeah,
we're gonna say August was our first
yeah.
one. So we're approaching on the end of the year, and I'm gonna look at it as if we've been doing this a whole year,
Mhm,
and you know the things that I've learned in the last 4 or 5 months, the things that you've learned in the last 4 or 5 months. I mean, to be able to it's not just things that I've learned on my own, it's things that I've, looked up and researched.
yeah,
It's really been a learning experience.
mhm,
Um, kind of like, more of an education than anything.
yeah, I agree.
Um, so, and what we've been able to accomplish in the last 4 months is just amazing. And you had mentioned the other day that it was like, we have just got some prints.
Mhm,
Do you want to step off camera real quick and grab them?
yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
for sure.
Guys, these things are freaking awesome. They really, truly are. They turned out so well. Yours are there, mine are in my portfolio on the over here. But they're just we found a place that we can order them locally, and they have just turned out so freaking amazing. I mean, I was just impressed. And Jordan had brought up a very good point the other day, and that one thing that we want to try to do is now that we've secured this place where we can order these from, one thing we'd like to try to do is maybe set up a place where you guys can get on there and order prints, and we send them out to you guys for a reasonable cost. We're not looking to make a lot of money or anything like that, but it's just you know, they're just really freaking cool. And, you know, everybody connects with different ones in different ways. So it's, to be able to find this and be able to offer this to you guys, I think is pretty awesome. But I mean, they turned out so well.
Yeah, they did. I was very, very surprised with how well they turned out, and that's why it took if you notice, these are Freddy, Krueger themed giveaways. That's why it took so long because we wanted to find something that was, just perfect, a really good,
Quality.
quality. Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
you can feel these. They have excellent quality to them.
Yeah.
Um, you know, we haven't really discussed pricing or anything like that, but I mean, just overall, they're just good quality. You throw them in a frame. I
Mhm.
mean, I think our theme weeks might do a little better than some of the others, just because you can put them out at different times of
Yeah,
the year.
exactly, exactly.
Um, but give us some time, guys, because this is something that we really want to try to do. Again, like I said, we're not trying to make money off of them. We just want to be able to spread our enjoyment with you
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
you know? And all we ask really is that the cost of the print gets covered and a little extra. I mean, that's really about it.
Mhm.
And they're super cheap. I mean, they're not expensive at all. But they're just something nice that you can put up around the holidays, around Halloween, we're gonna try to do Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the major holidays. I think is just you know, I think that really goes well because a lot of people decorate for those times of holidays.
Mhm.
And then if there's one out there that you all just really absolutely connect with, you know, for instance, the Cardinal,
Yeah.
we'll go back to the Cardinal, Um, I really enjoyed I really enjoyed drawing this. Um, some of y'all know that my sister passed away. Gosh, what's it been?
5?
No, because
No,
it's been 7
6,
years.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
7
'cause
years ago. Um,
wow.
and something that I'm not sure how it come about, but you know, Cardinals. It's kind of the deal with us is we say Cardinal, it's like, oh, we think of Adrian. Um, so that was part of the reason why we took the 2 week break was because I personally wanted to have a good quality amount of time, not amount of time, but I wanted to be free in my mind to be able to concentrate entirely on this drawing. Um, because at the end of the day, it does mean a lot more to me than anything we've done to this point. Um, and I was not in the headspace with everything going on a week and a half ago to be able to sit down and do what I feel like is my best ability.
Mhm.
Um, so I talked to Jordan about it, and we made the decision that we were going to take the break and you know get it done, and we'll be back in a week. And uh, you know, like I said, this one's important to me because I've already sent it off to this company, and I've gotten a printed version in a frame with a mat from my parents. So that's an option for you guys if you ever decide something like that. And we'll try to put all that stuff out there. But um, you know, I don't know. I just I'm gonna get lost and start rambling, so I'll let you take over.
Alright. So, let's talk about design phase. So, do you wanna ramble a little bit more? Alright. Um, so for my design phase, the week that this came up, I really knew that, like, things were gonna be pushing and, it was just such a busy, busy week, so I wanted to get I ended up getting done early, uh, just pushing out something that I could, have for what was our last Wednesday. Um, and then after that, I wanted to redraw and I still did not have the time for it. Anyways, here is my cardinal. It's cool. I want to do a cardinal on a cedar.
Yeah,
So just
cedar.
cedar branch, yeah, on a cedar branch in a snowy scene. So I started with just like the shapes of the cardinal, and we're gonna try to put a time lapse clip in for you guys to see that. So I started with shapes and just got my layout for the cardinal, and then just kind of went from there, and started laying down the branch and tried to make it very center focused on the cardinal. Um, and it went okay. Like I said, it was definitely rushed. I was definitely in a hurry for it. And so I do wish that I would have been able to take that time and find just a better. I think it lacks design a little bit online, but it's not a bad drawing at all. It is good still. And the realism is really pushed in a lot of areas of this. Um, yeah, that's about it. I threw down shapes and worked those into a pretty little cardinal and put him on a branch and put some snow in there. He's a cute guy. I like him.
I think it looks awesome.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Um, there's something I was gonna ask you about it.
Mhm.
I don't even remember. Grief. I'm struggling today.
Yeah.
My design phase. Um, I found a little guy that I liked.
Yeah.
You know, he was a little bit on the chunkier side.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, my wife had taken a picture of a cardinal, and that was actually flying around our house, and um, he landed on a branch, and she had
Mhm.
taken a picture of it and sent it to me one day, and I'm like, man, that is just a chunky cardinal.
He's a chunky guy.
Yeah, it's a chunky
Yeah.
guy.
He's a little chunkers.
So I was like, I want to do that. I want to be a
Yeah.
little chunky guy, and
Yeah.
so I gridded him out, and then I was like, I really wanted snow. Um, Partly because it snowed on the day of my sister's funeral,
Mhm.
and so I knew I wanted snow, and the berries. I just like, man, the berries look kind of cool.
Yeah.
I found some branches with some berries on
Mhm.
the internet, and I just kind of started trying to replicate them, and I'm like, I started with like these four down here, and I'm like, man, that's kind of cool. I like the
Yeah, it
way it
looks great.
looked,
It
and it
looks
was
great. It
like,
really frames the burden, you
yeah. So
know?
then I was like, I think um I'm just gonna add a few more. So I started adding them up and around and whatnot, and um, yeah, kind of turned out pretty cool.
Mhm.
And um, yeah, it was cool. I
Yeah.
mean, the way it kind of all fell together, I
Yeah.
liked it. Did you happen to do any research for yours?
Mm-mm. No.
I kind of wanted to
I
get.
looked at a lot of pictures of cardinals just finding out, like, how their anatomy was
Yeah,
with it, and that was really helpful whenever I was laying down, um, the cardinal's skeleton, I guess, that I went on top of, which is cool.
the skeleton.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to do some research on cardinals. I just never did get the opportunity.
They're birds.
They are birds.
They are birds.
They're pretty birds too.
Yeah, they are pretty birds.
Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I wanted to do. I just wanted to understand their behavior,
Mhm.
and I also really wanted to understand what is the link between a cardinal and those who have passed away,
Well, I do yeah, you know what? Let's just find out.
because that's something I've always, it's very interesting that, because we're not the only family that does this. I mean, they have a whole line of stuff. I mean, go to freaking Hallmark and look at
Mhm.
cardinals. I mean, you're gonna find sections and sections on cardinals and how they relate to those who've passed on. And so it's very interesting to me, um, and I never did understand why that was. So maybe we can get an answer here.
Yeah, so many people believe that cardinals are messengers from loved ones who have passed, and belief comes from a mix of folklore, spirituality, and symbolism rather than one single religion.
There you have it.
Yeah, they're messengers.
And I think there's something peaceful about them,
Mhm.
especially when you see them in the wintertime with the
Yes.
snow now.
Well, it
And
also
then
says here that it stands out in the winter, it's that vibrancy
that vibe.
against,
Right.
against the quiet, against the, everything is kind of really
Oh,
somber, and so
yeah.
it's something that stands out and is a little messenger from heaven. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that was the other thing is like, you had talked about this on the Deadpool was how do you portray that there's color there when you're working in black and
Yeah.
white?
Yeah.
And this is kind of the same way, although, it is very iconic. I mean, there's
Mhm.
only one bird that really truly looks like a cardinal, but it's
Mhm.
still kind of that same theory of,
Right.
you have lots of these reds and deep reds and the blacks and it's like you want to be able to try to pull those out while still working in a black and white color palette. So, um, I thought that was I like how both of them, you can almost tell that they're red without being
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to
exactly.
say.
Yeah, yeah. You look at it and you immediately know what type of bird it is. You don't have to guess, is that a dove? Is that a
Right.
chicken? It
That's
is
it.
a cardinal. And backpacking off of that there, I definitely realized that in the branch. So, I was looking up like green cedar tree branches and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to make this happen and bring out the highlights that
Right,
are in there without just making everything so monotone, you
right,
know?
right. And that's kinda what I felt like with the berries too. It was like, I wanted to give them so much more depth.
Right.
I really wanted you to be able to feel like you could just reach out and grab it,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, whether they're red or, most of our cedar trees have
Mhm.
little
One
blueberries
thing
on them.
that I really enjoy that you did was you added snow to yours.
Oh, on the branches and
Yeah,
stuff?
on the branches. I wanted to do that also, but since I just did the one branch, I was like, well, I kind of, don't want to hide the realism that I put into the branch, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I was
I
like
think that since yours is just so much more, like you had that play space to really go with. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted first and foremost, like I said, very important to me.
Mhm.
Second, winter is my favorite season of
Yeah.
the year.
And it's universal with cardinals,
Right,
Everything is, you look up a cardinal picture and wintertime is like
right.
their season.
I love snow. Not so much the cold,
Right.
but I love snow.
Yeah.
And I knew that there was no way I was going to be able to do this cardinal without snow. And,
Mhm.
I just went in and trying to get snow to stick to a drawn on needle. Do you know how difficult that is?
Yeah.
I think it works a lot better in the real world,
Right.
but trying to do it on paper, man, that's difficult.
You pulled it off for sure.
It is difficult. Um, so I knew I wanted snow. I knew I wanted, I just knew I wanted snow and trying to get it, visually to look like it's snow and look like it's soft and fluffy like snow
Mhm.
is.
It's kinda cool, like, yours looks like it's in winter, and mine, I feel like mine looks like it's the beginning of winter,
Oh,
you
that's a
know?
good point.
Yeah,
That's a good point. I like that idea.
yeah. The
Yeah,
snow has not stuck yet. Your snow has stuck, and there's
right. It's
snowing
like the
more.
beginning of the storm.
Right, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, this is the little guy, you know, he's a little south, and your guy's a little bit more
No.
north. Yeah. Snow's been sticking for a few hours, and he
Mhm.
calls up this guy, "Hey, Roger, snow's coming your way. All right, buddy.
I'm waiting
You know,
for it.
I'm
I'm
waiting for it.
here.
I'm here. Yeah. Oh, look, there it is. How pleasant."
I love well, we'll get into that about the likes, but you know, design wise, I feel like I've pretty much touched on everything on design for
Yeah,
mine.
and including our statements. I mean, we've put that out there.
Yeah, and I didn't title this one. Did you title
Yeah.
it
I mean, it's just a winter cardinal.
Winter Cardinal?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't really have a title to be honest with you guys.
Mhm. It's a
Um,
winter cardinal.
I might come up with one here after a while that we can title them, because we've been titling them and we can
Right.
put them up for vote. And I think it makes it easier for people
Mhm.
to associate with them. So I'll definitely come up with a title here after a
Yeah.
while. I just haven't done it yet. My artist statement really, like I said, I just wanted to enjoy it.
Mhm.
I didn't want to have fun with it because I felt like it's too serious to have fun with,
Right.
but I wanted to enjoy it. You know, I wanted to do the absolute best that I could do. And I feel like I'm pretty close at the absolute best that I could do.
Yeah.
Um, there is did you use jelly rollers at all?
No.
I didn't yeah, I was gonna say I never once picked up jelly roll, so it is straight graphite pencil.
Yeah.
Um, just like I said, I just wanted to do the absolute best that I could do.
Mhm.
And I wanted to enjoy it. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think that's really all that needs to be said about it.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into likes.
What do you like about yours?
Everything.
Everything good.
Everything. Um, I like I just like the overall um gosh darn it. There's a word I'm looking for. I
Overall
had it
feel.
and now it's gone. Composition.
Composition, there we go.
Yes. The overall composition of it. I love the overall composition of it. I like the differences in contrast, really trying to push those deep dark blacks in. Um and then like I said, I really love how I was able to pull the snow off.
Mhm.
Um Also, it should be noted that in the link drawing, I struggled and struggled and struggled with clouds,
Mhm.
and I feel like I just kind of nailed clouds in here.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say that too. The texture in your background looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course it's got a little bit of snow in there, and
Mhm.
the snow's falling down on top of him, and uh I wanted to try to put more snow on his back, but I just wasn't really sure how to accomplish that.
Yeah. And then also, is it really gonna stick to him for too long, you know?
I think that depends on how active he is, and he clearly
Right,
doesn't look like he's a
yeah.
very active cardinal
He's a
because he's a
little
little
chunker.
on the chunker
He's a
side.
little chunker cardinal. It's me if I was a cardinal.
So yeah, I mean, there's lots and lots of things that I absolutely love about it. Um, how about yours?
There's a lot that I love about mine too. I think what really stands out to me the most with mine is the photorealism on the branch. I mean, that it really, really sticks, and, I love it, and I worked on that branch, that start of the bark here on the right of the photo for quite a while, and I wanted it to have that cedar look, that separation, kind of like the little needles that are in there and the the like, part of the bark that
Oh
just
yeah,
comes off a
yeah,
bit, yeah.
absolutely.
And then these pine needle branches that come out, I mean, my gosh, they were so much fun to work on, and I really, really loved it. And then the start of, the needles coming out, I really like that too, like, their branches that come out and then the knots that are here at the end that really branch
Mm-hmm.
them. I liked that. I liked that a lot, and it was hard to get it down and make it work, um, but once it really started flowing, it's like, "Yeah, this is cool. This is cool." And I liked my bird's feet too, which was a really hard part to do, but, they turned out good, they don't look cartoony, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and that's one thing I really wanted to avoid also is, like, the bird not looking real, you know? I
Which
really
is very hard to do with cardinal.
It is hard to do with cardinals because you don't want it to just look like, "Oh, here's a blocked in black area around its beak."
Now let
You
me
don't want
ask.
your feathers to look so you know what I mean?
Right. Let me ask you this: do you feel like it's that hard to do because there's so many variations of cardinals out there?
Um, No, I feel like it's just a hard texture to overall get down with graphite
Well,
pencil,
and that's something I
you
noticed
know?
because Cardinals, a lot of the, I would say 90% of the reference photos I was looking
Mhm.
at, it's not like, let's say, like a chicken or like a
Yeah,
sparrow or anything of that nature where you can see the individual feather.
right, like on a
It al-
parrot,
yeah,
you
it
know?
almost
Yeah,
feels like it's fur
right. Mhm.
almost.
And then on their wings is where their real
Feathers,
feathers are.
right, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you, the only other bird that I know of that resembles that is a silky chicken,
Mhm.
because they don't really have feathers, they have fur.
Yeah. Yeah, like
So,
fur feathers.
yes.
Mhm.
So, and I noticed that, and like I said, in about 90% of the reference photos I was looking at, it was just like it didn't even feel like feathers. It
Mhm.
just felt like fur.
Right. Yeah. And I wanted to also avoid that look of fur, you know?
Right.
So that was a cool thing to overcome. I am really happy with how like my feathers are kind of they have that stacked, you know, how feathers do.
Mhm.
And I think the hardest part of my cardinal was the tail feathers. It was really hard to get them to look um like they're on top of each other instead of all just coming out into a point. So, had to really finesse that spot up a bit, but it ended up working out, you know, he's a cute guy, and I do like him.
I think you did an amazing job overall on the entire thing.
Thanks.
I know you've struggled most of the week with, not, you were just like, I just don't know that I really like it a lot.
I don't know if I really like it a lot because I wish that I had more time to put in more, and it's like, yeah, we had 2 weeks, you know, and then I spent, you know, the time that I had while, you know, sacrificing some sleep, sacrificing some time, and just doing what I could to push out something for Wednesday. And then it's like, well, shoot, okay, we're pushing this another week. And so I ended up doing other things, and you know, I have a big vacation coming up. You know, I did some side hustles to, uh, you know, put my time in for that to get some monies and pay off for my vacation and you know, spending time with family and doing dinner with this family and having, you know, finally these plans that we've been wanting for so long with some friends of ours and freaking Christmas programs and everything over the last 2 weeks and being there for family and visiting family and stuff like that during our um you know our new stuff with things and so
It's
yeah, it was just a week for it. And then, you know, yesterday I sit down and I'm like, I'm just gonna mess around and see could I redraw the cardinal. Well, I sit down and I start drawing. And then of course, you know, something's happening where it's like, okay, I just gotta put a pin in it. And yeah, one day I will probably finish the drawing that I started because the drawing that I started was incredible. I love it.
yes.
That was a good artist decision right there on how I started the next one. Um, and I think that it would have just been so much more, convicting to look at, mm, than this. This is just very quiet. It's kinda minimal, you know? It's, "Here's a cardinal, here's a branch." And if you look at it, there is some serious realism in here, you know?
I think
Yeah.
it looks amazing. I
Thank you.
mean, oftentimes it can be said less is more. We've said it on here, less is more.
Yeah.
I mean, go back to the Deadpool drawing,
Mhm.
you know? Had I left the smoke off the shell casings, it
Right,
would have elevated it so much more,
right.
So, you know, less is more. You just don't know that right now, you
I
know?
know it. I know
Um,
it. I know it because it just could have been so much better. Yeah.
I think it looks amazing.
Thank you.
I really do. I mean, you put the time in the areas that needed to have the time put in, and that's something that I was going to say about yours is I love how soft but how vibrant your snow is in the background.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it
Yeah, that
really
was
just
cool. That was a cool, little trick that I learned, and I think did I tell you?
yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
I tried to do some on mine, but it
How did
didn't
that
work.
work out for you?
It didn't work out so well for me.
Why not?
I just because you told me,
Mhm.
and then sometimes when you tell somebody something, the way they comprehend it and execute it is actually
Right.
different than the way you're actually trying to explain it.
Yeah.
And so uh I had to just kind of go about my own way of doing it.
Mhm.
And it's okay. It's not I like yours way better than, your snowy background way better than I do mine. Just
I
because I
think
feel like it's actually it just appears like it's snowing its butt off, you
right,
know?
yeah. Yeah, it was a cool little way to do. What I think really, really works well on yours is that your highlights of snow are in front of the bird,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely wanted to do that, because when
Mhm.
it snows all around. It doesn't just
Right.
snow behind.
Mhm.
Um,
And I think what helps yours also to really show that it's snowing is you have snow on your branch,
right.
and you pulled that look off so well. So
Yeah.
it's snowing. You did a great job on your snow. Yeah.
Um, I was gonna jump back real quick. You were talking about, time and, getting this pushed out for Wednesday, and then, we had a whole nother week, and, you know, it's like you had all this time, and I was just sitting there thinking, I'm like, it's funny. This happens to me a lot. It's like I'm gonna take a 2-week vacation and I'm gonna enjoy
Yeah.
myself and I'm not gonna do a darn thing. And
You end up doing everything.
I'm gonna do what I enjoy doing. And I'm telling you right now, when you think you have time,
Mhm.
when you think you have time to enjoy,
You actually have none at all.
everything fills in
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
And it makes
'Cause
it
you have time to do it.
because you have time to do it.
Yeah.
So then you just ultimately end up, you know, filling all those gaps and times that
Mhm.
um would normally be free,
Yeah.
and you just fill it up. And so, is it shocking to me you didn't get an opportunity to redraw it? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I was going to commend you if you did.
And I tried to yesterday, and that design that I put down was really cool.
You know, when,
We can even show it.
yeah,
It's right here.
when we were
See that? Do you see what it could have been? It could have been awesome. I was
when
gonna add rain, I get the base layer down, and then it's, "Oh, hey, Jordan, I need you to take me to the emergency room. I think I might be having a heart attack." Okay, Jordan can't draw. Jordan's not drawing anymore.
no.
Yeah,
Well, and it's
everyone's okay.
when we were going down to the hospital last week to see my dad,
Mhm,
you had mentioned, I think I'm going to redraw it.
mhm.
And I thought right then and there that she's gonna redraw it and she's gonna, expand on what she's already
Didn't have
done.
any time for it.
You don't
No
get
time
any
at
time.
all. Yeah.
If you all haven't figured it
And I
out, we've been spent a good portion of our lives the last 2 weeks in hospitals.
yeah,
So, um,
yeah.
that's why we weren't here last week. But, uh, it just happens that way,
Mhm. Life happens,
you know?
Yeah, and what matters too is that, you know, even through hiccups, even through, well, I need to make sure that this person is okay, that everyone is fine and everything is all right. Um, I mean, look at this. We're doing this in the month of December, the most busiest time of the year for
Uh,
a lot of people,
yeah, yeah,
and here we are, still committed, still pushing out what we can when we can, um, and still pursuing what we want.
well, and let me go back to yesterday
Mhm.
when you sit down, you're like, okay, I'm gonna redraw this card.
Yeah, yeah, Adam
Okay.
calls me and I'm like, "Yeah, I got off work. I think I'm gonna stay up and, just enjoy this time."
Yeah, and you said one very important thing. You said, "Hey, I got a phone call. I need you to take me to the emergency room because
Mhm,
I think I'm gonna have a heart attack,
mhm,
or I think I'm having a heart attack." Okay. At that very moment in time,
mhm,
regardless if that's what was actually happening or not,
mhm.
you can no longer draw
Yeah, yeah,
because your brain
right.
has
Is
exited stage
everywhere
left. Well,
else.
yeah,
Is everywhere
it
else.
exited stage left.
Mhm.
It's gone.
Yeah,
So whatever mode you were in at that point in time, we talk
right.
about that all the time. When you lock in and you're just sitting there, you're just doing it, and it's just flowing from your brain through your arm down
Yeah,
to the pencil onto the paper.
mhm.
It is, I kid you not, it is just like that.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And then you get a phone call like that,
Mhm. Gone,
gone.
gone.
You're not
Or
locking back into
you
that.
know, regardless of that or not, even just a stressful something happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something is happening. You're just like, man, I cannot focus. I can't get in this, you know? And you the enjoyment of what you're currently doing is just gone, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
It's just gone. And it's
Well,
so hard to stay focused and do this and try to pull this off because you just honestly you just don't want to.
and that's was my
Mhm.
whole deal
Yeah.
the week before last.
Yeah.
I knew we had this. I knew we had this going on, or we had this Cardinal to do.
Mhm.
But with everything going on, there was not a chance I was going to lock in and be able
Right.
to present something nice. Yeah, maybe a few stick figures that represented a bird might have been on paper, but
Mhm.
that was going to be it.
Yeah.
And that who is that good for?
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's not good for you guys. It's not good for me personally. It's not good for Jordan. It's
Mhm.
not great for the competition because it's not going to be a great draw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, with that being said, yeah, it sucks that we took the break, but it had to be
You just
done.
gotta do what you gotta do,
Yeah, it
you know?
had to be done.
Yeah.
Um, and like coming up in March, Jordan's going on vacation,
Mhm.
and you know
What are you gonna draw that week? Oops.
I ain't gonna draw diddly squat. You know why? Because I'm gonna have a
Yeah.
break. Am I actually gonna have a break?
You know
No,
what?
I'm not gonna have a
I
break.
might take my sketchbook on the big boat with me and
Take your
see
sketchbook on the big
what I
boat with
draw
you.
out there.
But you
Yeah.
know what?
We'll see.
She's not gonna be drawing.
I'm probably not gonna draw a diddly squat.
I know. Why? Because she's gonna be sitting along the pool on the
Yeah.
ship. She's gonna
Yeah.
be getting up
Doing
and
my
exploring.
piano.
Yeah.
Gonna go see the Mayan ruins.
And
Pet a dolphin.
I'm gonna be here in central Missouri working my butt off
Yeah.
and dealing with whatever comes my way.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's not gonna be a quiet week, I promise you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like I said, there's gonna be times that we're gonna have to take breaks.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just given.
Yeah.
You know, week of TDC, I'm probably not gonna draw anything because I leave on Thursday.
Mhm.
I'm not going to be doing anything that week
Right.
because I have to be clear minded.
Right. Yeah.
I put everything into that and I have to be clear minded. I have one focus, and that's
Mhm.
to go down there and win.
Yeah.
And nothing's going to stop me from doing that.
Yeah.
Um, at some point, I'm probably going to take a vacation, and if I go down to Branson and I win in Branson at TDC, then in August, bye guys, because I'm going to Pennsylvania.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's going to be times that we have to take breaks,
Right.
and that's okay, because I really think we have the right audience that follows us from week to week
Oh,
and
yeah.
sticks with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. All right, back on track
Yeah,
here.
sorry
Are
guys.
there any challenges that you had to overcome that we haven't mentioned yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Branches.
Branches. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Needles.
For sure. Yeah.
Needles. Not fun to do at all.
Mm-mm. No, not even
Um,
a little bit. In mine, I didn't want them to feel like leaves, you know?
right. Because they're
Yeah.
not.
They're needles.
They're needles, Jordan. They're not
Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah.
Leaves
And
are
I
easy.
think we were able to pull it off, you
Oh
know?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I like how yours flare out.
Well, and it's very difficult because you think about a pine tree or any fir tree. We'll leave it at fir tree.
Right.
Any fir tree when you see the branch,
Mhm.
it's the branch and it has needles that come all. They don't come off of two sides. They don't come off three sides. They come off all different sides.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was important to, maybe I should have added a few more spots where it was just branch material, but I didn't.
I
What I
don't think yours
found,
needs that because those needles really
r-
really frame the bird and it
right?
makes it a very cohesive piece.
I agree. Um, the one thing that I found very difficult is like down here in this darker corner.
Mhm.
It was almost. It looks like I did it just like this, but it was almost the reverse of it.
Mhm.
like, I went in and I just shaded that entirely
Yeah.
dark,
Mhm.
and then I went in with the eraser and erased out
Oh,
my light
nice.
spots.
Neat.
Whereas up here, it was almost the
Uno
opposite.
reverso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was I was trying to accomplish the exact same thing, but I had to do it in a completely different manner. And
Mhm.
that was a struggle. Like I said, the other problem I struggled with was just trying to make snow look like fluffy snow.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing you got to think about is when snow lands on a pine tree, or
It does not land like
it
this.
doesn't land flat.
Mhm.
You have all these different
Mhm.
textures and layers, and then you've got pine needles that come
Yeah.
out and they go back
And then
in.
also making those there without it looking like, "Why are there clouds on the branch?" You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it needed to be white, but it needed to be different. It needed to be a shade, a lighter shade, but it needed to be a different shade than the background.
Yeah. I think what really sells it is your drop shadow on it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, um that took me a minute to figure out as well.
Yeah.
Um so I mean there was the bird, the cardinal, uh man, I tell you what,
Overcoming those feathers, the fur feathers.
yeah, I was more concerned about the wing,
Mhm.
because it was kind of going back to what you said on the tail to make sure that it looked like the feathers were layered,
Mhm.
one on
Yeah.
top of the other and not just kind of grouped together.
Yeah.
Um But in the
Mhm.
eye, I was really concerned about the eye, but it come out pretty nice. Um, but I mean, yeah, there were struggles in it. And I did it in sections, and I think that's what made it better.
That's good.
I kind of I did the trees first, believe it or
Really?
not.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I
Nice.
did it totally backwards of what you
Yeah.
did. I did the trees first because you had mentioned that, like, pine needles was, like, the one thing she's like,
Yeah,
"Dude,
big suck.
pine needles are not easy to do."
Yeah.
So I was like,
I did the tree first too.
"Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I thought
Yeah.
you did the bird first."
Uh-uh. No.
Okay, well, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. So, but, my driving concern was, uh, if I could get the tree/background done and then come in and add the bird, that it won't be, uh I think it'd be a lot easier that way.
Mhm.
That's gonna be good. I hope you
Yeah, it
finish
is.
it.
I'm gonna finish it. I've gotta finish it.
You should you should throw it up.
Yeah, throw it up right here.
Yeah,
Throw it up
just
one more again.
oh, right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right there.
right there.
There it
Okay.
is.
It's right there. Yeah, okay.
Boom.
Yep. But
It's
yeah,
gonna look good,
it
guys.
is.
We'll
It's
post
gonna
it
look
on
really good.
one of those weeks.
Um,
Jordan's Redemption Cardinal.
redemption card. Hey, you know what?
What?
Speaking of redemption,
Mhm.
this is week what, 17?
Yeah, I think we got a month and a half more to go.
Before we do our
Mhm.
3 more weeks. I if this is are we taking out theme weeks?
What?
So
At 6 months, we're redeeming.
I thought it was 20 drawings. So we could throw
What?
one on a 20.
Oh, yeah.
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 So if we're still kind of that's still in the works,
Mhm.
maybe. But the whole thought is that we'll take our last 20 drawings, put them on a piece of paper, roll, and
Mhm.
we get to redraw that.
Mhm.
Doing exactly the way the original challenge was done,
Right.
just to see how we improve on it.
Right. Yeah.
So I think we're in week 17, so we got 3 more weeks, and we're going to
Mhm.
reevaluate that.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of a neat challenge. So
Yeah.
maybe you've already started. You never
Maybe I've
know.
already started.
You know, on 16, you've already started. We're rolling 16, and
Right.
you're in the books already.
Yeah. They slay it down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I struggled with the pine needles. Like I said,
Mhm.
you had mentioned that, dude, pine needles are tough. They're hard. So that's where I started. I started on my background, and then um I think I worked my way up this side one day, and then I worked my way over here the next day, and then I did the bird very last.
Mhm.
And I really concentrated on the bird because I really felt like that's where. most of the concentration needed to be.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I love the way he turned out. I think he's cool. I think he's a cool little guy.
He's a little chunker. He's
Yeah,
a cute
he's
chunker.
your chunker, all right.
Yeah, he is.
What
Yeah.
about yours? Did you struggle anywhere? Challenges?
I think we already talked about it. Just pine needles and
Fine needles.
feathers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready to move on?
Yeah, I think so. Segment number
Right.
2.
Yeah. Out with
With the
the
old
old
and
and
in with the new.
This next challenge is going to be pretty cool. We're doing another theme week giveaway. It's our Christmas giveaway. And we decided, we were talking and let's do the classic red truck carrying a Christmas tree.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we're really excited for that. And we are going to be using mixed media, charcoal and alcohol markers.
That's going to be
So
interesting.
it will be very interesting. I think it's going to complement each other too.
I think it is
You know,
too.
I think if we're able to pull it off and we can, just find those techniques that really finesse it, pop that contrast, it's gonna be cool. You're gonna have to do it right though. It's
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
It's got to be done
perfectly.
perfectly.
So that's gonna be really exciting to see.
And what's cool about this one is, we talked earlier about prints,
Mhm.
and this is going to be a giveaway print.
Yeah.
However, what we're going to do with this one is we're going to frame the.
Yeah, we're gonna because
Uh,
it's Christmas.
It's
you know?
Christmas. Everybody
It's
likes to
Christmas. We
decorate.
do a little extra on
Yeah.
Christmas.
Well, and it's the one holiday everybody decorates for,
Right, yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
I've known a few people that don't decorate for
Yeah.
Christmas, and I'm just like, how could you not decorate for
Mhm.
Christmas? But so like I said, it's gonna be framed print, matted,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
And then also with our giveaways, we have stickers.
Yeah, so you'll get a
So
free
yeah,
sticker.
everybody gets a sticker for Parlor number 13 by J&A. It's really cool and it actually looks really sick on a water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love mine on my water bottle. It's crispy, it's cool, it's neat. And then it's just, it's just another way for us to get our name out there too.
And another
Mhm.
way to say thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Another
know?
way to say thank you. It's a very common thing. You win that giveaway, here's a little something extra.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something else
Exactly.
to push in there for it.
You got any ideas for your
I think that this is gonna be like looking through reference photo and because I wanna be able to capture it all, and the full character of classic red truck with a Christmas tree,
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
guys, this happens to be like my favorite Christmas decoration.
Yeah.
Like, it's so favorite that in the future, I'm gonna buy a truck. I'm gonna buy a 50s.
Throw it out there on the
Yeah.
front lawn, put a Christmas tree in it.
I'm gonna buy somewhere between a late 40s, early 50s pickup,
Mhm.
and it's gonna go out in the front
Yeah.
yard with a Christmas tree in the back, and I'm gonna decorate it up for Christmas,
That'd be awesome.
and it's gonna stay relatively factory. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be hot rodded or anything like that. It's just gonna
Yeah.
be
Classic.
classic, and
Mhm.
I cannot wait for that to happen
Yeah.
because I love decorating for Christmas. Haven't done much of it this year because a lot of crap's been going on.
Mhm.
But typically we decorate quite a bit for Christmas, and so
Our
you
house
know,
does kind of look like Christmas threw up inside of it. Yeah. Just a few things here and there. And it's kind of funny too. So redecorated her plants
Mhm.
with Christmas lights and ornaments. Kind of funny. So I ordered some of the fairy lights that we can hide with more stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that they were gonna look like colored Christmas lights.
Mhm.
They kind of look like Mardi Gras. So we've got like a mix of some NOLA in there. And
That's funny.
yeah, which is kind of perfect because we go down to New Orleans. I mean, we've gone down. I mean, almost every year for the last like 3 years. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's like all right, we go there. Here's some accents. It's cool.
Yeah, I love Christmas. So this is one that we've actually been talking about this one for a while.
Yeah, and
And
we both really like the Christmas tree and the truck, and
yeah,
that'll be cool.
I mean, I think something else that I think we should work into it is we keep record obviously
Mhm.
of everything, of all of the drawings and whatnot. When we get to this time next year, when we do Halloween theme next year,
Yeah,
we're not going to do Freddy.
right. Exactly. Exactly.
We'll take him off the list. We'll do something
And
different.
since that's yeah, it's a theme week, you know what I mean? We'll let the dice speak for that, but it's Christmas. We gotta have a little grace ourselves, you
Right,
know?
right.
Where our gift to us is that we are choosing our subject matter Christmas tree in the truck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but those other ones, yeah, we really let the dice go and whew, yeah, with this with the medium, it's kind of a doozy. Charcoal and the alcohol markers, you gotta finesse.
Yeah.
You gotta finesse. You gotta know you gotta make good decisions here, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's gonna be the
Yeah,
important part is
yeah.
making good
Because you
decisions.
also
Because
don't wanna ruin
I was
your
gonna say,
markers.
you don't wanna ruin your markers, but
Yeah,
also at the same time,
$80 markers?
you don't wanna be 3/4 of the way through your drawing and you do something that messes the entire thing up and you have to start
Yeah,
all
because
over
you
again.
can't erase it. You
You're
can't
not gonna be
erase
able to
any of it.
erase it. No.
None of what we're doing is erasable.
So it's gonna be interesting.
It's a blessing and a curse.
I like charcoal,
Mhm.
um, and I love alcohol markers.
Yeah,
So I think it's gonna be a blast. I
yeah.
think it's gonna be a fun
It's
one.
it's kinda cool because every alcohol marker challenge we've had, you have won. Yeah, and our charcoal challenge that we had, you won. So,
We'll see.
Atom might be,
Yeah,
rolling in the riches with this
you
one.
never know. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be fun
Mhm.
regardless
Ooh,
because it's gonna be something that we both enjoy.
yeah.
It's gonna be theme giveaway.
Mhm.
It's gonna happen to be on Christmas
On
Eve.
Christmas Eve.
That's a cool
Yeah.
one. You know, it's kind of wild. You know, these last couple theme giveaways have really fallen on weird dates.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
the Stranger
Yeah.
Things fell on the day that Stranger Things was getting released.
Mhm.
Christmas is going to fall on obviously Christmas
Christmas
Eve.
Eve,
So
yeah.
it's kind of wild the way
Yeah.
it's worked. It's been very poetic,
And,
so to speak.
is it no, it's Christmas Day that
Stranger Things
Stranger
gets
Things
released
gets
their next
released.
three
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah.
So, of course, Jordan's gonna have to work for that day, so
I
just
know.
gonna have to watch it
Gonna have
without
to
you.
tell my boss, like, I need somewhere where I can be on my phone all night long. I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna watch it without you.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'd watch it
I
without you.
mean, 7 o'clock comes,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be watching it.
Yup.
Now, I mean, you can watch at 7 o'clock until you have to go to
Until I
work,
gotta go to work. Yeah.
and that's you might be able to get it
I
all
don't
in
know.
before
It
work.
depends. It
If
depends.
you're
I'm just
right
gonna get
there,
ready. I'm gonna get ready at 6 p.m.
yeah,
Right? And just sit there full uniform, duty belt on, you know, everything ready and just watching.
yeah.
Yeah. Until 10:30.
If it wasn't Christmas Day, I'd say we just jump in the car and come down to your house. But
It's Christmas Day. Yeah.
usually we're busy at 6 o'clock,
Yeah, exactly.
stuffing our
Exactly.
faces full of
Hey,
ham and
yeah.
yams and
We're celebrating Christmas Eve with my family.
mhm.
And oh my gosh, I can't watch Stranger Things before that because I'll be in Mexico. Never mind.
There goes that
I'm gonna
idea.
have to watch it
You're
some
trying to
point.
watch it at
I
work.
I might just watch it in the morning. That kind of sucks too because I don't want to watch it with sunlight. It's disgusting.
We also have to get together and do our Christmas too.
Yeah, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Maybe New Year's Eve, but for Christmas Eve, I am going to cook. We decided we're doing breakfast for our Christmas dinner.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna do a breakfast casserole pot pie.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's
Interesting.
gonna be good.
I don't know what we're doing for Christmas. I bought a ham from FFA,
Nice.
but the kid that I bought it from, he dropped it off yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Kind of scared.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Did it
because
look
what if it's not? It's just like a round ham. Like
mhm.
I was expecting this nice spiral cut ham,
Right, no.
for the amount of money I paid for it,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, do we waste Christmas dinner on it, or do I just go buy a new one?
Yeah.
I mean,
Time to
I
go to
think I
Schnucks.
think I paid like $45 for this
God
thing.
bless for a ham. Just get a bunch of Spam and carve it into
Yeah, so it's I don't know. It's just we're getting to that time of the year where it's like just busy, 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 busy,
busy,
busy.
busy, busy.
So
But I think this week it's not gonna be as busy as my last 2 weeks have been.
Yeah, we're gonna do anything for New Year's.
So that'd be good. Probably.
You
We
want
should
to
have a New
try to
Year's
do
Eve
one?
party. I'm off New Year's
Well,
Eve.
I'm saying about our drawings. We want to
Oh,
try to do one.
a giveaway for New Year's?
It doesn't have to be a giveaway.
A New Year's
I mean,
theme. Well, what are we gonna draw? Forrest Gump? Lieutenant Dan?
no,
Bar?
full 2026. Duh.
Oh, yeah, okay, 2026.
Hey, be simple.
What? Bam! 2026. That's disgusting. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Oh, wow.
Are
That's
we just
crazy.
gonna roll, or are we gonna
I think we just roll.
roll?
You know, really, what? I don't know. Yeah, if our listeners are listening to this, what could we do for a New Year's theme week?
Just leave it up to them.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Okay.
We've talked about it. We haven't done it to this point.
Yeah. All right.
We'll put it on Facebook.
We'll
Going to be
find out.
separate. It's going to be separate of
Mhm.
this. We will come up with 6 themes,
Mm-hmm. For 6 subject matters.
6 subject matters. We'll come up with 6 subject matters.
Yeah.
And the one that gets the most
Mm-hmm.
popularity wins.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
And I think we do that pretty quick.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to leave it up for a day,
Yeah.
or are we going to leave it up for a week?
I think we'll just find out, you know? Yeah. See what happens. We'll discuss off podcast because
Yeah. Okay. I like that idea.
yeah,
You
we'll
go
see.
with that?
All good with that.
All right,
Right.
guys. Thanks for tuning in to Talk Parlor number 13's podcast, where we discuss how things went with our previous Roll for Art Flash Challenge.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Parlor number 13 by JNA, as well as on Instagram and Talk Parlor number 13 on YouTube or on all of your favorite podcasting platforms.
Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment with all your thoughts, and don't forget to choose your favorite artwork. Keep the creativity flowing and let your inspiration soar, and together we create, we inspire, and we transform art into a journey. All right, guys.
Journey.
See you all later. And yeah,
Let's get started on this Christmas stuff.
that's right. Christmas.
Let's go. All right. I have to pee so bad. I have to go so.
Remember, this is all being recorded.
It's fine. It's fine.
Are you sure? Are you good? Jordan!